welcome back to my channel. My name is V. If you're new, welcome to the family, and if you're old, thank you so much for coming back. Today's video is all about being a young black girl in a top university in the UK, whether that's Exeter, Durham, Oxford, Cambridge, LSE, King's, wherever you're going. You've all done amazingly well, and I'm so proud of you, and you deserve this moment. You've worked hard. Exams are not a joke, and I'm so proud of you. These are my top 10 tips, things that I wish 18-year-old V knew when she was packing her bags, leaving home to go to university. I am only speaking for me and the experience that I have had. I do not represent every single black girl in a top university at all. We're all different, we're diverse, we're multifaceted, we have different interests, we have different worries, different queries, and we're all individuals. So please take all of this advice with a pinch of salt and remember to apply it to fit who you are and adjust it for you. And let's get straight into the video. Advice number 1 is all about your hair. As young black women, if you add up the amount of hours we sit there getting it done into protective styling, caring for the natural hair, making sure it's always moisturized correctly, the pillows, the scarves, we spend a lot of money and time and invest a lot into our hair because we've got to protect it and style it properly because it can be damaged quite easily and it takes a long time to grow, so you want to nurture it. Whatever hair stuff you use, whether it's Cantu, olive oil, Eco, castor oil, ORS, if you're watching this, sponsor your girl because wow, I didn't even know I had this much. You need to have a bag of hair care products in bulk because the last thing you want to do is run out of the stuff that you know is well priced at home and you run out of it at university. Like in Oxford, you can't get this stuff for the price that you can get it at home. It's double the price, not even double, it's probably triple the price. You need to take your wigs, your braids, whatever it is that you do for protective styling, take it with you because unfortunately, if you're going to a predominantly white space, they won't be able to care for your hair. So make sure you pack in bulk, otherwise you're taking trips home and that's not sustainable. So pack your bag of hair care. I'm just speaking to what I wish someone had told me before I left home. The second one is know your worth, know your beauty. You are black, you are beautiful. If the world can't see your beauty, that doesn't devalue you or what you stand for or who you are. And if you go to an institution that is predominantly white and you're never the preference, that doesn't mean you are any less beautiful or valued. It just means a certain person can't see your beauty. At some point, it does get a bit like, wait a minute, I don't need your validation, but I'm curious as to why I'm never the preferred person. And after a year, 2 years, 3 years, you're just never ever considered or even looked at as an option. You might not even want anyone, but just the fact that no one even considers you desirable is a bit like, oh, and you start to doubt yourself, like maybe I need to go and like get contact lenses or something. No. Your black is beautiful just the way that it is, and you will not compromise or alter your identity to fit anyone else's preference or whatever it is. Also, going off of that, my third piece of advice is you are probably, if you're in Oxford, Cambridge, LSE, Durham, wherever you are, the chances are you could be one of few in the class or you could be the only black person in the class. Now, don't let this intimidate you. I think for me, for the first few months, I studied classical archaeology and ancient history at the University of Oxford. The chances of walking into my lecture room and seeing anyone who's not white are very slim to none. I'm just saying you're going to probably be the only one in that room who is black. You should not let that make you doubt yourself or question your position in that room or question whether you should have a seat at that table, because you should. You've earned it. You are occupying that space by merit, and you should make sure you wear that confidence with you. Don't let people intimidate you. Don't let that feeling of, oh, I'm the only one, and then imposter syndrome creeps in, like, oh, am I supposed to actually be here? Did they make a mistake? No, they didn't. They did not. You've done that. That was all you. You sat those exams. Don't let anyone intimidate you. Advice number 4, it's okay not to be okay. It's okay for you to put your hand up and say, I need help. I feel like within the black community, conversations like mental health, not being okay, giving up, needing a break, that kind of stuff, I feel like it's not discussed. It's kind of brushed off. You always have to work 10 times as hard. You always have to be one step ahead. You have to black excellence. We never get the chance to say, guys, my mental health right now is questionable and I'm going to seek help. That doesn't make you weak. That doesn't make you a failure. It just means you're a person who's acknowledged that something is not right at this moment and you're going to do something and take your time to fix it so you can be the best version of yourself, so you can perform the best that you can. Your mental health, your well-being, how you are feeling has to be A1. Reach out. Don't scream alone inside. Ask for help. Advice number 5, open your ears. I need you girls to... I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You are not going to university to simply find a husband. You do not have to cook for any boy. You do not have to write any boy's assignments. You do not have to do any mothering for anyone's child but yourself. You're there for you. Like, you're paying £9,000 a year to get yourself an education. It's not your duty to look after or to do up a uni wife when you don't need to. This is your time to find yourself and grow. The next piece of advice I'd give, advice number 6, I'm so passionate about this one and I just... You do not need to change yourself or conform or do anything that you don't want to do. You don't have to perform or be a version of a black girl that people expect you to be. Black women are multifaceted individuals who are talented and extremely diverse within how we are and how we function as humans. You can show that in whatever way that you want to. You are incredible and you have so many layers to you. Don't let anyone force you into a box or to make you a version of what they believe you're supposed to be. People tend to think we all think the same and we don't. So when you are at university, don't let anyone box you off into a corner of what a black girl should be, because there is no such thing. Advice number 7, please save your money. This goes to everyone, any girl of any race, but especially for my young black women, you need to save your money. Don't be excessive within how you're spending at university. I know for me, I'd never seen that amount of money in my account before I went to uni. When that student finance dropped, I was like, what? Like, Jesus, like me, I'd never had more than £1,000 in my bank account because like, why? I was like 17, 16, I worked at McDonald's. Like, why would I have had that much money in my account? So when student finance dropped, I was like, I wanted to go crazy. Slow down, take time and save your money. Advice number 8 would be find your ACS, find your society, find your, I don't know, anime club or your science building society, whatever it is that you relate to most. Make sure you find that society, someone who you can talk to when things get hard, people who relate to you. For me, that was the African and Caribbean Society. In first year, I really found my place with them, but I was also very open to making friends from all over the university, the wider university body. Advice number 9 is, like I said before, you may be the only black person in your class, and going off of that advice, it's okay for you to speak for just yourself. No one is telling you to speak for the entire black race. No one is asking you that, and if they are, that's wrong of them, because everyone else is allowed the opportunity to be individual in their thoughts, individual in their standpoint, and so are you. It's okay for you to go to university and do it for yourself and you, and to speak for just you. If you want to speak for a wider group, that's fine, no one's stopping you, but don't feel the obligation or the burden to do so. And the last piece of advice that I would give is microaggressions are real. People will poke at you, and then when you react, they'll say, it's not that serious, I only touched your hair. Don't allow it. Do not allow it. If you are not comfortable, if you don't want to be in a space at that moment in time, you're allowed to walk away. You're entitled to saying, can you stop? You're entitled to saying, I'm not an animal, don't pet me, my hair is not here for your entertainment. It's allowed to not explain yourself. This book is something that I would highly recommend you read. It talks about all of the various reasons why you don't have to go around educating the world on why this should make you feel uncomfortable. Microaggressions are real, you're not crazy, and you're allowed to feel how you feel. Another book that I would recommend is Taking Up Space by Chelsea and R.A. This book is incredible because It covers everything that I've tried to discuss in this video. It talks about mental well-being, about how you should occupy the space that you're in with confidence, assertion and validation, because you've worked hard, deserve to be there like everyone else in the room. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please comment down below any advice that you would give to yourself if you could go back to Freshers Week, or if you are in Freshers Week, what are you worried about? Or if you've graduated and you're watching this, what advice would you give to your younger self? Let's just all meet in the comment section and just have a little sister chat. Love you lots. See you in my next video.